So again, more experiments with shapes and blocks. So you can see this is a tall but very narrow kind of section, and it also splits off into two. Now I was a bit mean here because this isn't real cobblestone, they're monster eggs, and if the unsuspecting player goes up to mine this, then they're going to have a very bad time because all these crosses will just come to life at once. So here, got more zombie spawners, actually a lot of zombie spawners, but a lot of chests. So this is where you can get more pumpkins. You can't actually make pumpkin pie, but if you happen to find a chicken jockey, which can spawn here, which is why I put so many zombie spawners here, if you're willing to put in the effort, then you can farm pumpkin pies. Actually, no you can't, because there's no sugar. Sorry about that, I'm lying. Alright, let's go into game mode 3 and see what's in here. Okay, so just a fortune pickaxe and a smite 1 enchanted book. So most of the loot is pretty simple, but it does encourage exploration a lot. Alright, so I've given a lot of loot up here because this is a very high point, and I should actually make it a bit more obvious that there's loot here, because I know a lot of you might not have played it, but in Dark Souls, if you want the player to go somewhere, you really light up where that loot is, and they will go there. So just leading lines like that. Now here we have our first blaze spawner. It's a sign that the difficulty is going up, and at which case the player should probably go and get better prepared. A lot of time playing CTM maps, you're building tools, you're farming, you're fishing, trying to gather food, things like that. But people who speedrun it, they're pretty cool. I mean, I can't speedrun, but alright, here again, creepers are a huge threat here because if they blow up this silverfish cross, then game over. But I put the wall up high, so you have to fight all the ghasts, and I have played through this and it is really fun, this part, because you're up high and there's things shooting at you from everywhere. But here it is, the orange wool, you grab it. I always put it in this box because this is another convention of a CTM map. You also see it in Rubisk's Rogue, and that's not even a CTM. So then you have to go all the way back, and I believe there were saplings somewhere. I can't remember where though. See, this doesn't have a spawner in it because it's sealed off. I'm trying to be as fair as possible, but I also want to be a little bit mean and exciting at the same time, while like creating the most enjoyable experience possible. So now we're moving to the magenta section, and I wonder what theme we're going to do here. Well, I just made up my own little theme. I called it the infinity theme. Now this place is a bit boring at first sight, but the experiments with shapes that I've done is quite exciting. So let's fly up here. There's heaps of ways you can do this. I'll go back into game mode 1 to things spawn. You can go across here, across there, across that way, and there are even parts that bridge the gap, but I wouldn't recommend it just in case you get shot off by a skeleton or something. So here I've placed harder mobs like blazes, because the loot up here is a lot better and it makes it a lot easier to cross. So I put in a lot of difficult mobs. Down here we expect to find a new custom mob. Here we are. Now these custom mobs do have special loot that have attribute modifiers. I thought this was pretty cool, the raining fire spawner. It splashes you with slowness and lights up the immediate area. So there we go, and it also affects things down there, so it is an interesting mechanic to play with, and it's covered in iron bars, so if you want to go and break it, it gives you mining fig as well. If you want to go and break it, you have to break the iron bars first. Now let's take a look at this loot. See how I've lit it up to make it really obvious that, hey, there's loot here, come look. Because a lot of these tools are actually pretty useful, and I want the player to excel, but at the same time I want them to somewhat throw their face at the computer. But please give me some custom loot. Okay, today is not a good day for custom loot. I might just... What's the enchantment ID for looting? I don't know. I'm trying to do this in one take so I don't have to do any editing. Oh, a silk touch wooden pickaxe. I don't know why I put that in. Moving on. So those guys, by the way, they're just really fast. And here we have another interesting mechanic. Can't remember what these guys did though. I think they're ocelots with TNT spawners on top. Oh no, they're ocelots with potion spawners. I wonder what they give. Ah, wither. And then they eventually kill themselves and just leave the minecart spawner behind. But, oh, wow. That gave me a bit of night vision. That's cool. As you can tell, I still don't remember a lot of what I've done. So you get those Halloween mobs down here. Now this was inspired by some of the caves that you find in Oblivion. That's all I have to really say about it. How there's like giant ravines and places up there that you can go. And you can dig down here if you want, but I wouldn't waste my tools on it. And there's heaps of loot that you'd be missing out on. So you'll notice that this is all steep descents. So it's kind of gradual, and there's a steep descent here, a steep one here. And I need to create paths so the mobs can actually find their way up here. So this is a dark spot. I wanted it to be a bit more difficult. Have more mobs spawning here because I felt it was easy. Alright, more things. And then this part is lighter because I want the player to have less mobs spawning here. So lighting does affect difficulty a lot when you're doing this. So let's just move through here. Again, changing the shape. This is a bit more round and confined, especially with those fast mobs that can get you. Hidden the spawner up there, but not entirely, so you can still notice that it's there. So a lot of the times players will come through here and get ambushed by the purple guys behind them, and they turn around and they see, hey, there's a spawner there. So yeah, just specific intended design that I've put there. Like nothing's really done by accident unless it was a bug or an unintended feature. But I do deliberately put things in particular places. Again, that can be missed. Give me your loot, please. I want to demonstrate. No, apparently the game does not want me to demonstrate things today. Again, more zombie spawners. The zombie spawner is pretty generic. Put blaze spawners here, just for a bit more variety. More of those fire spawners because I thought, yeah, they're pretty fun. And coal, because who can resist coal? Probably not much, not many people, seeing as though you've got lots of wood by now, but just in case you wanted it, it's good for experience as well. More generic loot. Give me your loot. Ah, finally. So you get universal glass, which gives you really good speed so you can run away if need be, and this magenta stained glass actually does nothing, but it is pretty cool to have in your inventory, am I right? Alright, so I put that sign there, look up, because you actually have to go up. I was a bit mean here, and very well lit place for the most part. Mobs can still spawn here, but just not very many, because I just want to get this section over with. It's put in for no other reason than connecting the next place. Flaming glass, fire aspect 5, that's so you can just hit a mob, run away with the universal glass. Give me your loot, please. Ah, finally. Chosen to give me this grave scythe, and it's just got smite 2 and 3 attack damage. Well, that's not as exciting as I remembered it to be. This is my first CTM, by the way. I should probably mention that. So there's this glass that you have to break through, just giving you a chance for those glass guys to spawn, and you have to go through here. Now this is a very generous chest, but if the creeper like screws you over, then it's not so generous. But I've got 3 swords. I'm breaking 10 iron sword because you probably have a good supply of iron swords by now, and a smite 4 golden sword because the next boss is going to be, yes, I said boss, command block orientated. Now